Hi, dear dreamers. Welcome back to Dreams for Society, where we imagine, visualize, and create our dreams for society. Today is January the 21st, 2019. It is the day of the epic wolf blood moon, the total lunar eclipse, of which all of the Americas were able to see last night here at Eastern Standard Time at around midnight, and it was spectacular. And with all new moons, we set our intentions for what we want in our life. And mine is, please allow all to reveal the pure perfection it already is. Please allow all to reveal the pure perfection it already is. Please allow all to reveal the pure perfection it already is. Saying 3 times to anchor it in this realm. This is somewhat of a continuation of the Gate of Creation I did a few months ago. So I'm going to call it Part 2 of the Gate of Creation, because the last 2 weeks have revealed to me more of how to detach the files within our computer that we open up either unconsciously or consciously in any given moment. And the files that I am detaching and letting go after I open them up are the suffering files. So in the Gate of Creation, I spoke about how I've gone through the Gate of Creation, or the void, which I can see as in the middle of a coin, the space in between the two sides of a coin. And as you know, a coin is made up of the same material, like a gold coin, and both sides of the coin are gold. One side is the suffering side, the other side is the joyous side. We may call it negative and positive. It matters not, because this realm is completely balanced in its original template of negative and positive. 50% negative, which I'm saying is the suffering side of the coin, and 50% joyous, which I'm saying is the positive side. The joyous side being the head's side, I believe I called it in the Gate of Creation, and the suffering negative side being the tail side of the same coin, same energy. And that is when I talked about my gain is my loss and my loss is my gain. Because in this hologram, this computer program in which my essence lives and perceives through my avatar body, I can't gain anything I haven't lost. And I can't lose anything I haven't gained. It's all equal and happening at the same time. It's just the utilization of time, in quotes, end of quotes, that we bring into this realm, that we get to spend time on either side of the coin. And we get to remember how to go through the Gate of Creation to spend time on one side of the coin or the other. And in the Gate of Creation, I talked about how we can spend 100% of our time on the positive, joyous, gain, love side. However, what I've downloaded and had experiences with in the last 2 weeks is something new and different, and that is the part 2 of the Gate of Creation. For what I am understanding through experience is that we can reprogram, and we've heard of this before, but now I completely understand it through experience. We can change the 50-50 by opening up the files when we do it consciously or unconsciously through reaction or through intention. Let's say we open up a frustration file. Well, we can locate that file after we've opened it up. Where is it within the program, within the computer? Where is that file? I can find where it is, and after I've opened it up, I feel it, and then I can ask it to leave if I truly want it to leave. So what happened to me on January the 7th is that I woke up and I felt this knot, as we sometimes call it, in the pit of my stomach. And it was an old feeling, an old emotion. However, I had no story in which to blame it on. I realized that this feeling or emotion was not me, and it certainly didn't appear to be triggered by any outside story that I could blame for the feeling. So I absolutely knew without a doubt that this feeling was an entity, or let's call it a file that is opened, and I've attached it to my body, and I want to now remove it completely. I want to detach. I want to get it out of my computer system. So I asked it to leave, and I saw it leave as a dark wave going out in a cone shape, starting at a pinpoint and then going out in a cone shape and leaving. And when it left completely, I said, wow, it's gone. Is it gone though? And I checked back into the pit of my stomach, and that old familiar feeling was totally gone. So what I mean by this is that if I'm spending time on the suffering side of the coin, I no longer can open that particular file in my computer program because it is gone. And no longer will I automatically react or unconsciously react by opening up that file in a situation, because it will not be accessible for me to open. It is gone. So what happens when we remove all of our suffering files? What happens to the joyous side of the coin? What I'm seeing is that side expands as the suffering side reduces in size, contracts. So we are reprogramming the 50-50. So we have 2 ways to do this, 2 ways, and that is we can either go through the gate of creation and spend more time on the joyous side, knowing that the files on the misery and suffering side are still there to use anytime we want. If we don't want to let go of them, if we don't want to send them home, if we don't want to detach from them and never open them up again, we can always go back and feel those by opening up those files in any particular story or situation. But that is a separate entity or an artificial intelligence that's not us and is certainly not part of the story. We just open that feeling file to make the story more interesting. And we're doing it unconsciously. 99% of the time. When we start to observe it and feel it as the artificial intelligence program file that it is after we've opened it up, and we really truly want to remove it from our computer programming body, we can do that, and it leaves very easily. I know now that that feeling is not ever coming back. It's gone. So that's what I wanted to share, and this has been happening the last 2 weeks, especially over the last few days. My family has been sending old videos from many, many years ago, 20 or more years ago, of joyous times. And I started to feel something again. I opened a file in, they've been sending it via YouTube so that we can all view it. And I've been opening up the file and watching, or opening up the video and watching it. And I opened up a file, a feeling file, and I realized, oh, I'm feeling this, and it is a longing, a yearning for the past. And it didn't feel good. It felt like I was suffering, even though on one hand, I wanted to keep that, right? Because I thought, to continue to yearn for the past, those wonderful feelings of yesterday, those wonderful stories of yesterday. And I had one part of me that was fearful that if I detached and sent the file away forever, that I would no longer be able to retain those beautiful memories. And now I know through experience that I can keep those memories in my data bank. The difference is I no longer open up that suffering file that was attached to it, because I let those go home as well. So the steps are observing when we open up the file unconsciously or in a reaction mode. We observe the file, we locate it within our body. Mine have been in the pit of the stomach, and then the yearning file, the longing file of days gone by, were both in my stomach and in my brain. I located the file that I already had opened, and I asked it to leave. But the key is, after you open it and you feel it, you must really, truly want to remove the file completely from your data bank, from your computer programming. It's an artificial intelligence, or maybe organic intelligence, an entity that is not me, is not you. It can be removed forever, and we can now grow in our joyous, unconditional love feelings and live more easily in this particular program. And that is what I wanted to share through my experiences, and allow us all to reveal the pure perfection that already is. And with that, go forth and imagine, visualize, and create dreams for you and for society. Until next time, love and joy, Lisa.
We can imagine, visualize, and create our dreams. We